Was NK caught in the garage on neighbor Nate's camera? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? It's Prairie Boy 77 coming at you again. Now, before we get into the Nate's camera footage thing and NK and all that, for those of you who are new or for those of you who have just joined my channel, I don't want to be a channel that's just going to peddle theories. Nothing you're going to see on this channel is going to be something that I personally didn't witness, research, and analyze. I'm not going to take what someone else said and just throw it up on my channel with my own commentary on it. I'm going to look at things as objectively as I can because I'm not about fitting into a certain narrative or a certain theory. I'm about what is the actual truth. So that's what you're going to see on this channel. We're going to be looking at Nate's camera footage. Now, there is a lot of stuff to go over on this, but there are two things that I'm going to focus on. The first one is who's walking from the garage out to the street there. And I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. I really cannot say 100% for sure what I'm seeing, but we're going to look at that. And then we're going to look at when Chris comes out of the garage with the gas can, is there a toddler visible and someone grabbing the toddler and pulling them back into the garage? Okay, so you may not have heard about that second one. I think that one's kind of new. This first one, it's been talked about a lot, but I just want to give my 2 cents on it. So let's look at that one first. Now, for starters, I want to say that whenever you zoom in like this with cameras, you're going to get a lot of distortion, and think like pixels are going to be getting lighter and darker, and you see a bunch of weird stuff. That's all normal. That's just when you have a camera and you zoom in like that, that happens. Especially at night, and especially if it's not a very high quality camera. So we have a lot of variables we're dealing with here. But okay, let's just watch this person walk out of the garage. Okay. Now, a lot of people, and I've seen videos on this, are saying they see hair. More specifically, they see the hair in a ponytail. Now, when you zoom way in, there's one frame where I can see, yeah, that does look like hair. And it could be a ponytail. Like, you can kind of see it. But you got to think, too, how much you're zoomed in right now, and there's a lot of distortion. So it could be or may not be. The problem is if you go forward a frame, it's all blown out. The hair just got bigger than the person, and you go forward another frame, it's even bigger. So that's not saying that you aren't seeing a ponytail and hair. It very well could be, but like me looking at it, I just cannot say yes or no. It's possible, but it's not definitive. But let's put that away for a second, and let's go back out to a more zoomed out image, and let's just watch this person walking a few times. Now, as they're walking, I cannot say for sure that that's Chris walking. That could be NK walking. Just the way that person is walking, it looks almost like a strut in a way, kind of a sachet. Like, it looks more like a female walking to me. It looks like the person is taking fairly large steps, larger than what Chris would take, from what I've seen. So there's that. But yeah, it does look more like a feminine walk. Now, if anyone has any video footage, or know where there is any video footage of both Chris and NK walking, like from the side, that would be super helpful. I would love to see that, because it would be a lot easier to have something to compare to. But yeah, I mean, it could be NK, it could be Chris. I really can't say for sure, 100%. I'm on the fence with that one, guys. But okay, now let's look at this whole gas can thing. So we'll start with the more zoomed in image. I'm not going to go way in, because I've seen that on videos and they're pointing things out and it makes no sense at all, because you can't see nothing. They're pointing at stuff. They say, well, that's what this is, and then see this over here, that's what that is. And you have no choice but to agree, because, well, when you're zoomed way in on something like that, yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. But it's not. It doesn't make any sense. So we'll go with a partially zoomed in image and watch Chris come out of the garage. Now, supposedly in there's a toddler getting yanked back into the garage. And what they're pointing out is basically distortion, shadow, and parts of Chris himself. So, but before we get into that, let's go back with a better kind of an all-around view. We're going to watch Chris go into the garage and then come back out. Okay, so what I really want you to focus on is, you see as he's moving, there's like distortion all around him. Keep that in mind, okay? Because whenever there's a moving object, there's going to be that distortion around them. Okay, so the other thing I want you to look at is, notice the shadow on the truck and on the ground of Chris as he's walking into the garage. You see it on the truck, you see it shrink down, you see it on the ground. Okay, now when he comes back out, that shadow is going to reverse. Just like the gas can is going to do the same thing. So you see he's coming out, there's the shadow on the truck. Where is the child? Where is the adult? I mean, this is ridiculous. Look how easily you can see Chris. Black shirt, blue jeans, like you can make out some detail. How could you not be able to see two other people? This makes no sense at all. They're zooming way in and saying, oh, this black area here, this is the toddler's hair, or whatever, and like they're going into all this crazy detail, and this white thing is the purse. The white thing is Chris's hand. Like, I don't understand how people have managed to get on board this train, and never mind make videos about it and try and convince other people about it, because this is ridiculous. There is not a toddler there. There is not someone reaching in and grabbing them and pulling them back into the garage. There's no room. There's no other shadow other than Chris and that gas can against the truck. Debunked. There is no way that anyone thinking logically could see this. It's that pareidolia effect. You know, people want to see things in something. They see a face in a sandwich or something. I don't understand why these channels will keep peddling stuff like that, but I don't know. You aren't going to see that on my channel. I will always be fair and logical. Always. I'm not going to color anything with my theories on what happened. Because that whole figure walking down the driveway, according to my theory, it had to be Chris, because I thought that Chris did it all himself. Now I'm not so sure. I gotta be honest, I'm not so sure. That could be NK walking. It does look like a feminine walk. But who knows? Okay, I've blathered on long enough for this one, so I'll cut it off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. And until then, this is Prairie Boy 77 saying good day, good night, and Godspeed.